Assalamu alaikum guys, this is me Senpai Gamer San. I'm your host Senpai. We are playing the game The Cabin in the Woods and we gonna start it, but first we have to watch the ads to get some credits. Now the only thing we can see that if you keep watching the ads you will get credits. The more you got credits, the more story begin. The only error in this game is sometime it couldn't detect the text, which take a lot of time and then give you the error, which is bad and horrible. I'm gonna give this game rate a 3 stars. It's because the error gonna be came soon. You guys gonna be notice it. Fucking hell, mother fuck. Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay, so the error is gonna be coming soon once I started the game, but not now. The story is going pretty well, goodly. Then there was an error gonna be coming. So I'm gonna be collect first the credits. I think I need 25 credits. 25 credits would be awesome. I can bet on that. The game said it had several configuration, science fiction. You guys saw the error, right, in the previous gameplay, but you guys couldn't hear my voices. Why? Because mic problem. That's why. Anyway, let's go.
Page 1. You and your friends, Ava and Ben, have been planning this trip to the remote cabin for weeks. As you arrive, the sun is setting behind the trees and you realize that the cabin is further from civilization than you thought. As you unpack, you hear rustling in the woods. Do you A. Brush it off as just an animal? B. Go investigate with a flashlight? C. Alert your friends and stick together?
My friend's skills and mine too. There we go.
You and your friends are all in your late 20s and have varying skills and interests. You are a writer who loves mysteries. Ava is a nurse and can handle medical emergencies. Ben is an outdoorsman and knows how to survive in the wilderness.
Cool. Okay. What should I do? Um, I told Ben, go inside the house, barricade the windows and doors, and tell Eva, hold flashlight so I can find what's in the bushes. Oh, rustling, sorry. I can hear what's in the rustling in the woods. But don't go inside woods. Let's see. I think it's an online game. There we go.
Page 2. You grab the flashlight from Ava and head towards the woods, carefully treading on the dry leaves and twigs. As you approach the source of the sound, you hear a low growling noise. You shine your flashlight towards the sound and see a pair of glowing eyes staring back at you. Do you A. Approach the creature to try and identify it? B. Back away slowly and return to the cabin? C. Call out to your friends for help?
Back away slowly and I take out my Colt gun which holding silver bullets. No, I don't think Colt gun will be work. I take out my passing out gun which can makes okay creature sleep. Let's see.
Page 3. You slowly back away while reaching for your passing out gun, careful not to make any sudden movements. As you aim the gun at the creature, you see that it's a black bear. As you shoot the bear with the tranquilizer, it starts to stumble before collapsing to the ground. Feeling relieved that the danger has passed, you head back to the cabin to join your friends. As you arrive, you see that Ben has already barricaded the windows and doors. Do you A. Go to sleep for the night since the bear has been taken care of? B. Stay up and keep watch for any other potential dangers? C. Check on the bear to make sure it's still asleep and not posing a threat?
I check the bear if it's sleeping or not. If it's sleeping, I took bear. Okay, I took bear to the cage which I built, which was built outside the cabin, and chains the bear with silver chains, and told my friends I carved bear, and told Eva.
Page 4. You head outside to check on the bear and see that it's still sound asleep. You then proceed to take the necessary precautions by chaining it with silver chains and placing it inside the outdoor cage that was built for wildlife. As you head back inside, you notice that Ava is looking pale and sweating profusely. She says that she's not feeling well and thinks that she may have caught a fever. You realize that she may need medical attention and start to feel a sense of panic rising within you. Do you A. Keep a close eye on Ava and hope that she recovers on her own? B. Use your knowledge and experience to provide Ava with medical treatment? C. Take Ava to the nearest medical facility, regardless of the distance?
Oh fuck, man, I use my knowledge in medical classes which I took when I was teen, to see her what happened to her. Why she is sick?
Page 5. You remember the medical classes you took and start to assess Ava's condition. As you check her temperature, pulse, and breathing rate, you start to realize that she may have contracted a serious illness. You try to keep her comfortable and decide that the best course of action would be to take her to the nearest medical facility as soon as possible. As you gather your things and prepare to leave, you hear a loud noise coming from outside. It sounds like the bear in the cage is awake and angry. Do you A. Ignore the bear and focus on getting Ava to the medical facility? B. Check on the bear to see what's going on? C. Try to calm the bear down and put it back to sleep?
I throw a honey bottle on bear so he can eat and calm down. Then I took Eva to medical facilities to see what happens to her. Also, I took silver big knife and Colt python with silver bullets.
Page 6. You quickly grab a bottle of honey and throw it inside the bear's cage, hoping that it will calm the bear down. As you hear the bear begin to eat the honey, you start to pack your things and gather your weapons. You pick up your silver big knife and load up your Colt Python with silver bullets. You figure it's better to be safe than sorry, just in case the bear is still angry when you return. You then carefully carry Ava to your vehicle and start the drive to the nearest medical facility. As you drive, you start to feel a sense of dread as you contemplate what might happen if Ava doesn't make it. Do you A. Speed up the car and get to the medical facility as quickly as possible? B. Take it slow and steady, making sure that you don't put Ava's health at risk? C. Call for an ambulance to meet you halfway.
I call for ambulance. Oh, sorry. Mother. I really weak in this English, man. Ambulance to meet me at halfway. And I took Ava to the hospital.
Page 7. You quickly call for an ambulance and provide them with your location, instructing them to meet you halfway. You then proceed to drive as steady as possible to not put Ava's health in further risk. After what feels like an agonizingly slow drive, you finally reach the meeting point with the ambulance. As you transfer Ava to the ambulance, you fill in the paramedics with the details of her illness and the events that had transpired at the cabin. The paramedics quickly hook her up to an IV and other equipment as they race to get her to the hospital. As you follow the ambulance to the hospital, you can't help but feel a sense of guilt and hopelessness. You blame yourself for not being able to prevent Ava from getting sick and wonder what lies ahead for the both of you. Do you A. Pray for Ava's recovery and wait for more news from the hospital? B. Call your friends Ben and Ava to tell them the situation? C. Investigate more about the origins of Ava's
Dude,
illness?
what the fuck? Call your friends Ben and Ava to tell them the situation. Ava is in the hospital. How could I call the Ava? This AI is totally idiot. I investigate about Ava illness. Okay. Illness. Then I found out my future self came from future to past timeline. There we go. Let's see if this works or not. If this works, it's gonna be better. Oh, there we go.
Page 8. You start to investigate Ava's illness and the events that had transpired at the cabin. You delve deeper into the mystery and start to piece together the clues. As you investigate further, you start to realize that Ava's illness might be caused by a time travel paradox.
Wow.
You start to believe that your future self had traveled back in time and inadvertently caused Ava to get sick. You realize that you need to find a way to undo the damage caused by your future self and prevent this paradox from causing any more harm. Do you A. Reach out to your future self to try and find a solution? B. Work on a plan to undo the damage caused by your future self? C. Let events unfold as they may and see what the consequences are?
Okay. Oh, this is amazing. A lot of good things happen in this cabin, man. I reach out. This is science fiction and the horror. I reach out to my future self and ask about Eva illness. Let's see what happened.
Page 9. You try to reach out to your future self, wondering if this is all a result of the time travel paradox. After several attempts, you finally hear a voice on the other end of the line. It's your own voice, but from the future. Your future self explains that you had traveled back in time to try and prevent a catastrophic event from occurring. However, during your travels, you accidentally brought back a deadly virus that infected Ava. Your future self apologizes profusely and offers to help you find a solution. Do you A. Work with your future self to find a cure for Ava's illness? B. Refuse to work with your future self and try to find a solution on your own? C. Accept your future self's apology but try to find a solution on your own?
Work with my future self to help Ava and tell everything to Ben.
Page 10. You decide to work with your future self to find a cure for Ava's illness. Your future self instructs you on the steps to take, and together you start working on a cure. After a few hours of hard work, you finally find a cure. As you administer the cure to Ava, you explain everything to Ben. He listens intently, and despite his initial skepticism, he finally understands the gravity of the situation. You know that this experience has brought the three of you closer together, and you vow to never take your friendship for granted again. As the days go by, Ava slowly recovers, and soon she's back on her feet. You realize that sometimes, the most important things in life are the people we love and cherish. As you all prepare to leave the remote cabin, you take one last look at the beautiful scenery around you, feeling grateful for the adventure you've just had. Congratulations, you have successfully completed the story.
Ah, that was another time traveling science fiction story about the cabin. Like a cabin just sending me to the future and give me some powers, and wow, that's a great story. I just wait. You guys can be whatever you want. That's a really amazing story. Let's see what's the another story. It's all started with the bear. Then I caged the bear and okay, here we go.
You and your friends arrive at the remote cabin, nestled deep in the woods. It's a quaint, cozy little place with a rustic charm. You spend the first day exploring the wilderness, hiking the nearby trails, and enjoying each other's company. Night falls and you light a fire in the fireplace, telling scary stories and enjoying some drinks. As the night wears on, the atmosphere begins to feel eerie, and the sounds of the forest outside grow louder and more sinister. Choice 1. Investigate the noises outside. Choice 2. Ignore the noises and continue with your night. Choice 3. Suggest playing a game to take your mind off things.
Okay.
Great question. Your friends are 1. Sarah. She's an experienced hiker and survivalist, with a no-nonsense attitude. 2. Alex. He's a tech-savvy guy, always carrying a laptop with him. He's also a bit of a joker. 3. Emma. She's a creative artist, always drawing or painting. She's also very intuitive and in touch with her feelings. 4. Jake. He's a big guy, and a bit of a hothead. He's always looking for a good fight. Now, back to the story. What's your choice?
Ah, cool. Alex, he, Emma, she, Jack, he, and Sarah. There are 2 girls and 2 boys. So Jack, he's a big guy, bit of hot-headed. He's always looking for a good fight. Okay. I took a Jack. I told the Jack, barricade the windows and doors, except the front window, except the front door. Okay. And then tell Alex to, what did I tell Alex? Okay, search about this in the search about cabin on the internet. And then I tell Emma, ready your camera. We're gonna be record today news story. Oh, cool. Okay. I told Jack to barricade the windows and doors except front door. Okay. And I told Alex to search about cabin on internet. And okay. I told Emma that take out camera today we gonna coverage coverage new story about this cabin. And I told Sarah, sorry, I told Sarah that find something in the cabin. There we go. Let's see. Let's see how this AI generated. Let's take a lot of time. Why, Alex? I told Jack to barricade the window and door except the front door. I told Alex to search about cabin on internet. There we go.
Jake and Alex get to work on barricading the windows and doors while Sarah searches the cabin for anything out of the ordinary. Emma takes out her camera and starts snapping pictures of the cabin's interior, hoping to capture something interesting. As Alex begins to research the cabin online, he finds a local legend about a witch who was said to have lived in the woods many years ago. According to the legend, anyone who disturbs her resting place will be cursed. Sarah comes across old journals and newspapers in the cabin indicating that strange disappearances have occurred in the woods, and people have blamed the cabin's curse. Suddenly, the front door bursts open, and a dark figure enters the cabin, holding an old book. Choice 1. Try to communicate with the figure. Choice 2. Attack the figure. Choice 3. Run out of the cabin.
I turn on, there we go. I have to put this here. I turn on flashlight and ask the figure, what do you want? Also, I am holding silver big knife in my hand. It's all about the witch. She is the one who causing all these paranormal activities.
You turn on your flashlight and confront the figure, holding the silver knife tightly in your hand. The figure reveals itself to be an old man, who claims to be the caretaker of the cabin. He explains that he was out hunting in the woods when he heard strange noises coming from the cabin. He shows you the old book he found outside, which seems to be a journal belonging to the witch from the local legend. In the journal, the witch describes how she was wrongly accused of being evil and cursed the cabin as revenge.
Wow.
The caretaker, seeing the danger you and your friends are in, offers to help put an end to the witch's curse. Choice 1. Accept the caretaker's help. Choice 2. Decline and take matters into your own hands. Choice 3. Pretend to accept his help but secretly plan to betray him.
Oh. We accept caretaker help and asked him story about evil witch. Why she curse cabin? What happened here? It's all makes sense now. There was only a witch who is going beyond the time and the space. She had everything. Or you guys gonna be say what I'm gonna be say, or I'm gonna be give you the hint. What if that witch is the Boo from Monster Inc.? If you guys know who is the Boo from the Monster Inc., Boo or Moo, I don't know her name. I think it's her. I totally got guarantee. She somehow got magic in and stuff and give the curse to the cabin. And there's so many timeline connection. Werewolf, science fictions. Oh my God. Whoever created this AI about cabin in the woods, dude, you nail it. You really nail it. You nail it, man.
The caretaker sits down with you and your friends, gulping down a glass of water that Sarah brought him. he begins to tell you the story of the witch. Long ago, the witch lived in the forest, helping the townsfolk with her knowledge of herbal medicine. However, she was accused of being an evil witch by a rival healer, who was jealous of her success. The townsfolk believed the lies and burned the witch at the stake. Before she died, the witch cursed the town and the cabin where she once lived, promising that anyone who set foot inside would suffer a similar fate. The caretaker tells you that he's been keeping an eye on the cabin for years, making sure that no one disturbs the witch's resting place. However, he's grown old and tired, and he fears that he's no longer enough to protect the cabin. Choice 1. Ask the caretaker how to break the witch's curse. Choice 2. Suggest that you and your friends leave and never return. Choice 3. Offer to help the caretaker and put an end to the curse.
I ask caretaker, how old is he? I then suggest caretaker that me and my friends gonna help you to break the curse of which. Just tell us how. Okay, what else he tell you? Oh, come on, man. Okay. There we go.
The caretaker tells you that he's been taking care of the cabin for over 30 years now, but he's not sure how much longer he can go on. He's grateful for your offer to help him put an end to the curse. He explains that the only way to break the curse is to find the witch's remains and bury them properly. The witch's body was never given a proper burial, and so her spirit remains trapped in the woods, seeking revenge. The caretaker gives you a map of the woods, marking the spot where he believes the witch's remains are buried. He warns you of the dangers that lie ahead, as the woods are teeming with the witch's minions, creatures that she controls with her magic. Choice 1. Set out into the woods to find the witch's remains. Choice 2. Decide to leave the cabin and never return. Choice 3. Ask the caretaker to come with you on the mission.
I asked caretaker how old how old okay, I asked the caretaker what year is today, and then I took my friends with me to set out into woods to find which remains.
The caretaker tells you that the current year is 2021. You and your friends set out into the woods, following the map provided by the caretaker. As you walk, you can feel the atmosphere growing darker and colder. Suddenly, you hear the sound of rustling bushes, and you see several creatures lurking in the trees. The creatures are humanoid in shape, but their skin is gray and they have glowing red eyes. You realize that these must be the witch's minions. Choice 1. Attack the minions head on. Choice 2. Try to sneak around them. Choice 3. Use Emma's intuition to find a different path.
Why Emma intuitions? Okay, where are my skills? Emma, she is creative artist, always drawing, painting. She also very intuitive and in touch with her feelings. Oh, so her intention are good. Try to sneak around then. Okay. I distract the minions so my friends can set a trap for minions. How about I kill the minions? There should be a story which had makes sense and can make the epic movement. So how about this? Okay. We try to sneak around the minions, and I try to see. Oh no! I ask Emma intuition to find a different path. Then we trap the minions. That's how we can run away. How's that? That's gonna be help. I use Emma intuitions to find different path so we can trap minions. There we go.
You trust Emma's intuition and she leads your group to a different path. You end up circling around the minions and reaching a point where they're trapped between you and a steep cliff. Your group quickly attacks the minions, using your silver weapons to repel their attacks. The minions are fierce, but you manage to take them down one by one. As the last minion falls, the ground begins to tremble, and a loud roar echoes through the forest. You realize that you've awoken the witch herself. Choice 1. Make a run for it. Choice 2. Stand your ground and fight. Choice 3. Use the journal to try to reason with the witch.
I use the journal. Oh, sorry. Journal. Try to reason with which. Try to reason with which.
You realize that the journal you found earlier has clues that could help you reason with the witch. You turn to the page where the witch describes how she was wronged by the townsfolk. You show the journal to the witch, explaining that you understand her pain and that you're not there to harm her. You tell her that you've come to give her a proper burial, so that she can finally rest in peace. The witch snatches the journal from your hands and glares at you with her piercing red eyes. For a moment, you fear that your plan has failed. Suddenly, the witch's expression softens, and she begins to weep. She tells you that she's been trapped in the woods for centuries, seeking revenge against those who wronged her. She agrees to let you bury her remains, and you and your friends carry out the task. As you bury the witch, the ground begins to glow with a bright light, and the curse is lifted. You and your friends return to the cabin, feeling relieved that the curse has been lifted and that you can finally leave the woods. Congratulations, you have successfully broken the curse of the witch and completed the story.
There we go. Another story is in. All about the witch's curse. This time I really want to marry it with some girl, some friend of mine.
As the sun sets on the horizon, you and your friends arrive at the remote cabin nestled deep in the woods. The air is crisp and the quiet is eerie. The cabin appears to be well maintained and cozy, with a fire already burning in the fireplace. As you settle in, you notice a book on the coffee table entitled, The Legend of the Woods. Do you A. Pick up the book and read about the legend? B. Ignore the book and explore the surroundings? C. Suggest to your friends to play a game instead?
My friend names and skills. Mine too.
Certainly, your friends are 1. Jack, a skilled outdoorsman and hunter. 2. Anna, a nurse with a sharp mind. 3. Tyler, a tech guru and expert hacker. 4. Sarah, a fitness enthusiast and yoga instructor. And you, the protagonist, have a background in law enforcement and survival training.
Okay. I told Sarah that take out the camera and record a video about our journey. Then I picked up the Legends of Woods book and tell everyone. Let's go read it. Okay, let's see.
Sarah eagerly pulls out her camera, excited to document your journey. As you pick up the book and suggest reading it, Jack and Tyler nod in agreement, while Anna seems hesitant. You open the book and begin to read about the legend of the woods. It tells the story of a witch who cursed the woods long ago, causing anyone who entered to become trapped and tormented by evil spirits. It also mentions a ritual that can be performed to lift the curse, but it is dangerous and requires a sacrifice. As you finish reading, you all hear a faint whispering coming from outside. Do you A. Investigate the whispering? B. Ignore it and continue with your plans? C. Close all the windows and doors and prepare to defend yourselves?
Okay, Jack and Tyler, they are the only brave people. So, Tyler is the tech guru. I told Tyler that open Facebook and tell everyone that we are in the legends of woods in the cabin, and I took Sarah with me while she holding camera to record our journey. And what about I told Jack to barricades, doors and windows. There we go.
Tyler quickly opens Facebook and shares a post about your journey into the woods and the legend you just discovered. As Jack begins to barricade the doors and windows, you and Sarah grab some flashlights and head outside to investigate the whispering. As you walk along the path, the whispering gets louder and you feel a chill run down your spine. Suddenly, Sarah screams and you shine your flashlight to see a figure standing in the shadows. Do you A. Run back to the cabin? B. Approach the figure to investigate? C. Shine your flashlight and try to identify the figure?
I shine the flashlight to identify the figure. I ask that figure what you really want. Okay, there we go. I told Sarah that hold her camera and keep recording video about that shadow figure. Figure. Okay. And then I shine the flashlight to identify the figure. I ask the figure what you really want while holding the knife in my hand. While holding the silver knife in my hand. Okay, there we go. Let's see. There we go.
As you approach the shadowy figure, you shine your flashlight in its direction to try and identify it. As the light hits the figure, you see that it is an old woman who is hunched over and carrying a cane. She looks at you with piercing eyes and speaks in a shaky voice, "You should not have come here, children. This place is cursed." You brandish the silver knife and ask her what she wants. She replies, "I came to warn you. The curse of the woods is real. You must leave this place before it's too late." Sarah continues to record the encounter with her camera as the old woman shuffles back into the shadows. Jack calls out from the cabin, asking if everything is okay. Do you A. Follow the old woman? B. Return to the cabin and tell everyone about the encounter? C. Ignore the warning and continue with your plans.
I warned Jack about cabin. Then I took Sarah with me into the woods while Sarah holding the recording cam to walking with me. There we go. Now I need to get the, what they say? Fuck, man. Credits. Credits, they say credits. I think this AI generate everything from online, not offline, I guess so. There we go.
You warn Jack about the old woman's warning and tell him to be on high alert. As he keeps watch on the cabin, you take Sarah and venture deeper into the woods. She continues to record everything with her camera as you walk along the dark path. As you both walk, you hear strange noises and see glimpses of movement in the shadows. It becomes clear that something is watching you. Suddenly, you both hear a loud growling noise coming from the nearby bushes. Do you A. Investigate the noise? B. Run away from the noise? C. Stay still and wait for the noise to subside?
I told Sarah, if this horror is over, we gonna get married. Okay?
Sarah giggles nervously and continues to record the encounter with her camera. As the growling noise becomes more intense, you realize that this is no ordinary animal. You both hastily backtrack, hoping to outrun the creature. As you run, Sarah stumbles and falls, and the camera she's holding tumbles away from her. You quickly pick her up and continue running until you reach the cabin, out of breath and scared for your lives. As you catch your breath, you realize that your adventure has only just begun. Do you A. Try to find the camera in the woods? B. Plan a defense strategy with your friends? C. Ignore the camera and focus on survival?
I motivate Sarah that we have to get that recording cam. Otherwise, we can't prove others that this cabin is dangerous for others. Then I take out my silver knife and give a Colt Python gun, okay, to Sarah with silver bullets and ask her, do you know how to shoot? She's giggle, really.
Sarah nods and takes the Colt Python gun from you. I've only fired a gun a few times, but I'll do my best to protect us. You grab your silver knife and lead the way, determined to find the camera and any other clues that might help you uncover the truth about the cabin and the curse of the woods. As you both venture deeper into the woods, you hear more strange noises and feel like something is watching you. Suddenly, you see the camera lying on the ground a few feet ahead. But as you move to retrieve it, a group of dark figures emerge from the shadows. Do you A. Fight them off with your silver knife and gun? B. Try to outrun them with Sarah and the camera? C. Surrender and let them take the camera?
All right. I shine a bright emergency light to scare off dark figure. Then I grab camera and hold Sarah with me. There we go. This can be worth it. This should be working. It should be worth. There we go.
You quickly shine the bright emergency light at the dark figures, and they recoil in surprise, allowing you and Sarah to grab the camera and start to rush back towards the cabin. As you run, you can hear the dark figures giving chase, their footsteps pounding on the forest floor. You and Sarah burst into the cabin, slamming the door shut behind you. Jack and Anna turn to you, alarmed at the commotion. What's going on? Jack asks. You all catch your breath and you show them the camera, explaining the encounter with the dark figures and how they tried to take it. The footage on the camera shows the shadowy figures lurking in the woods and attacking. It's clear that you're all in grave danger and must do something to survive. Do you A. Begin preparations for the dangerous ritual to lift the curse? B. Defend the cabin and fend off any further attacks? C. Attempt to flee the woods and leave everything behind?
Okay, how about you, Tyler? Tyler, upload the video on Facebook and YouTube to show the legends about cabin and people commented and people commenting too, while Jack and I decided to barricades the cabin, windows and doors. There we go. Yeah.
Tyler quickly uploads the video to both Facebook and YouTube, where it quickly garners a lot of attention. Comments pour in, with some people warning against visiting the cabin and others expressing solidarity and concern. As you and Jack barricade the windows and doors, you all prepare for the worst. You know that the dark figures won't give up easily and that you must be ready to fight for your survival. As the night wears on, you all huddle together, listening intently for any signs of danger. Suddenly, you hear a loud banging at the front door. Do you A. Open the door and attempt to reason with whoever is there? B. Ignore the banging and stay hidden? C. Fight back and prepare to defend the cabin at all costs?
This is really lovely. There we go. Okay. At night, where's you on? All huddle together, listening instantly for any sign of danger. Suddenly, you hear a loud banging in front of door. Okay. I check. I told Sarah if everything's gonna be alright, but this is promise. After this, we will get married. Okay? We will do married. We will do married. Okay? Okay, what did I say? I told Sarah everything's gonna be alright. But after this is a promise. Okay. Okay, how about I say that? Right, eh? But promise me after this you will do married with me. Okay? Then I decided to go check on front door peep hole. And I told Jake, go watch through the window peep hole. And told Sarah to hold the emergency bright light turned on when the figure is trying to kill anyone. There we go. Okay, I told Sarah everything's gonna be alright, but promise me after this you will do married with me, okay? Then I decided to go. Okay, Sarah smiled at you and nods her head. I promise. Oh, cool! Finally.
Sarah smiles at you and nods her head, I promise. As you approach the front door, you look through the peephole and see a tall figure dressed in black, their face obscured by a hood. Jack moves to the window and looks through the peephole to see if he can spot anyone else. Suddenly, the figure at the front door begins to pound on it with great force, causing the wood to splinter and creak. You know you must act fast. Do you A. Open the door and try to reason with the figure? B. Fight back and attempt to repel the attack? C. Stay hidden and hope they go away?
So they're trying to sacrificing me.
Sarah smiles at you and nods her head, I promise. As you approach the front door, you look through the peephole and see a tall figure dressed in black, their face obscured by a hood. Jack moves to the window and looks through the peephole to see if he can spot anyone else. Suddenly, the figure at the front door begins to pound on it with great force, causing the wood to splinter and creak.
I
You know
asked
you must act fast. Do you
those
A. Open the door and try to
hooded
reason with the figure?
figure
B. Fight back and attempt to
Stop
repel the attack? C. Stay
pounding
hidden and hope they go away?
the door, otherwise you all gonna blown up. I threatening them that I set a trap bomb in front of door. So if you come inside, you all gonna be disfigured. And then I start asking them what you all want, while Sarah holding a recording cam in her hand to record everything happening. While Tyler noticed that while Tyler noticed that the video he uploaded getting donation money for mine and Tyler accounts. There we go. Let's see how this AI generated. You shout through the door. Okay, let's see.
You shout through the door, stop pounding on the door right now, or you will be blown up. We have set a trap bomb in front of the door which will disfigure you if you enter. The hooded figure stops pounding on the door, and you hear them mumble something to each other. After a few moments, the figure speaks, we want the book. It is the key to unlocking the curse and lifting it once and for all. Give it to us, and we will spare your lives. You look at your friends, and you know that giving up the book is not an option. You tell them, we will not give up the book. We will fight to protect it and ourselves. You have no power over us. The hooded figures begin to whisper amongst themselves, and you can feel the tension building. Suddenly, you hear a loud explosion outside the cabin. Do you A. Rush outside to investigate? B. Stay inside and keep defending the cabin? C. Attempt to call for help?
What about the things I write it? Sarah, where is Sarah? I hold recording camp from Sarah. Then told her told her and sorry and my friends, let's go from back door. Then we all decided to go from back door. But before going, I set the trap that if the hooded peoples came inside the cabin gonna blow up. Then I turn on stove gas and run outside. There we go. Let's see what happens.
You quickly grab the recording cam from Sarah and tell your friends that you need to leave through the back door. As you all make your way to the back of the cabin, you remember the trap bomb you had set up earlier. As you exit the cabin, you hear the hooded figures trying to enter through the front door. You quickly turn on the stove gas and run outside, taking cover behind a nearby tree. A few moments later, you hear a loud explosion as the trap bomb detonates, destroying the cabin and the hooded figures. You all stand there in shock, watching the flames grow higher and higher. Tyler uploads the final video footage of the encounter to Facebook and YouTube, ensuring that the story of the cabin and the curse of the woods will live on. As you all make your way back to civilization, you know that what you experienced will be with you forever. The legend of the woods will continue to haunt your dreams, but you also know that you survived the curse and can rest easy knowing that you and your friends made it out alive.
I hold Sarah in my arms, then her pose. Fucking English. Her pose. Her for marry me. Let's see what happens.
As you hold Sarah in your arms, relieved to have survived the terrifying encounter in the woods, you suddenly remember your promise to her. You take a deep breath and say, Sarah, I know this might not be the most romantic moment, but I promised myself I would do this. Will you marry me? Sarah looks up at you with tears in her eyes and nods, yes, I will marry you. You both kiss, surrounded by the ruins of the cabin and the echoes of the legend of the woods. You and your friends know that you will never forget this experience, but you can take solace in the fact that you have each other and the memories that you will always cherish.
I discuss this about horror, horror with friends, like what we have to do now. Okay, let's see. Fuck!
Failed to load response, please try again. OKHTTP.internal.http.realresponsebody at 73C0ACD.
I guess that's the ending.
As you hold Sarah in your arms, relieved to have survived the terrifying encounter in the woods, you suddenly remember your promise to her. You take a deep breath and say, Sarah, I know this might not be the most romantic moment, but I promised myself I would do this. Will you marry me? Sarah looks up at you with tears in her eyes and nods, yes, I will marry you. You both kiss, surrounded by the ruins of the cabin and the echoes of the legend of the woods. You and your friends know that you will never forget this experience, but you can take solace in the fact that you have each other and the memories that you will always cherish.
The end. This is a really interesting game. As you all make your way back civilization, you know what you experience. Civilization. The legends of the wood continue haunt your dreams, but you also know that you survived the curse. You can rest easy, knowing that you and your friends made it out alive. What really happened, man? Just say it.
You quickly grab the recording cam from Sarah and tell your friends that you need to leave through the back door. As you all make your way to the back of the cabin, you remember the trap bomb you had set up earlier. As you exit the cabin, you hear the hooded figures trying to enter through the front door. You quickly turn on the stove gas and run outside, taking cover behind a nearby tree. A few moments later, you hear a loud explosion as the trap bomb detonates, destroying the cabin and the hooded figures. You all stand there in shock, watching the flames grow higher and higher. Tyler uploads the final video footage of the encounter to Facebook and YouTube, ensuring that the story of the cabin and the curse of the woods will live on. As you all make your way back to civilization, you know that what you experienced will be with you forever. The legend of the woods will continue to haunt your dreams, but you also know that you survived the curse and can rest easy knowing that you and your friends made it out alive.
It's really interesting story, by the way. I guess that's it. Bye bye, take care, love you all. Allah Hafiz, sayonara. Pakistan Zindabad. Peace. Really interesting story.